All right, America, we're on, we're on the road again. So, in the pumpkin here, just another story time moment with Uncle Jimbo. So, we've got a story today that is not a big story. It's a little story. So, I used to be, the flight mechanic that would take care of the helicopter after the flight. Right? There's like duty crew and personnel too, but ultimately the aircraft, like the responsibility for the aircraft's like condition is the flight mechanic, especially when you're deployed somewhere, right? Like everything's on you. So after a flight with a bunch of different agents. At the time, we were operating with more than just one agent. This particular flight, I had 3 agents from 3 different countries in the helicopter. And at this location, I couldn't store pyro in the helicopter. So after every flight, or at the end of the day, after the last flight of the day, as part of the post-flight, I'd have to take all the pyro out of the helicopter, which it's not typically how the Coast Guard does it. Now, this includes flight vests and any flares in the helicopter. We didn't worry about pyro that was inside of like a raft. I'm trying to think if we had any. I think one of our rafts did. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong. But I happened to be the last person there, just going. I think I was finishing up, going over the books. The maintenance team had been there. I think they washed the engines. Maybe they hadn't. Maybe they were gonna come and do that a little bit later. Can't remember how late this is. This is later in the evening, right? This is close to the Caribbean, or close in the Caribbean, close to the equator, or closer than I am now. And it's kind of one of those deals where I don't remember the time, but I do remember it was getting dark. So I gathering up stuff, grabbing my stuff. I've stowed the pyro. I'm gonna grab my firearm. Actually, I think I've already discovered the situation, and I've tried. That's right. I discovered on my post flight, inspecting the cabin, making everything right, dressing seatbelts, even. I discovered that a couple of agents left their firearms in the helicopter. So, which is like kind of a big deal, but it used to happen a lot, actually. In foreign countries, people are really like, some of the other services are a little easy going with their firearms than maybe than we are. Anyway, not just like leaving them in the helicopter, but like the condition of their weapon, like having no idea if it's loaded or not. And I don't think they're outright lying to me a lot of times, but I make sure that they had a clear weapon, nothing in the chamber, right? Especially like their Uzis and stuff. Not a big fan of that being like just going off in the cabin. I don't know. Maybe it's all just like for the movies, right? That an Uzi might go off when dropped, right? I don't know. Anyway, so I discover there's 2 firearms, an Uzi and a M16, like A1 M16. Like this thing is ancient. It's pretty cool, actually. But they're loaded. They're in the cabin, like they just got out of the helicopter and left him. I don't know what their deal was. And so now I'm responsible for him, right? I found him, and anyway, so I've got an Uzi. I've got an M16. Neither of them have like a way to carry it other than holding them. They don't have slings on them. I've got my shotgun, my like 12-inch long barrel shotgun that I carry, and that has a sling on it. So, and no one is answering my call. Like I can't get a hold of any of the crew, can't get a hold of pilots, can't get a hold of the agents. And here I am. I'm on a military base in a foreign country with firearms that don't even belong to me, and I don't want to just leave them there. Maybe I could have, but I don't want to do that. So I throw my shotgun over my shoulder, and I don't have a vehicle. Everybody's left me there with like they've taken the golf carts and little gators and whatever else we've got. Everybody's taken. And I find something though that's almost as good. There's this old rusty beach cruiser, like destroyed bicycle that we had there. We had a bunch of old bicycles, I guess, if I remember right, at that place. And so here I am. I've got my shotgun slung over my shoulder. I've got and I don't have a helmet, and this base is like serious about helmets when you ride a bicycle. Like, it's a big deal. Coast Guard is, we're not without rules, right? But like there's like some balance in the way we do things. Anyway, so I don't have a helmet other than my flight helmet, so I throw on my flight helmet. So goofy. Throw on my flight helmet. I've got shotgun over my shoulder. Got my ammo for that shotgun, which is a lot of ammo. If I'm in a firefight, then I use all that ammo with my little shotgun. It's basically a miracle that I'm in a firefight and I get in a helicopter and I get to use all that anywhere near a quarter of that ammo. Anyway, so I end up with all these two guns, the bicycle, no way to carry them other than holding them. So I'm running, no hands on the bicycle handlebars. Got an Uzi in one hand, old M16 in the other hand, and my short-barreled shotgun slung over my shoulder on a bicycle. And I ride across like half the base, right? I've got to get to a location where I can lock up my firearm. So I just go down there and I show up there. Those guys, they don't even think it's funny that I ride up with my stuff, and I turn in all the firearms, whatever. Okay. Pretty uneventful, but a rare opportunity for me to ride down the middle of a road on a bicycle, no hands. All that training as a child really came in handy on a bicycle. That is, with like two full auto firearms, that's pretty fun. It's kind of cool, unique, but uneventful. All right, everybody. Well, I'm on my way home, and that's the end of that story time. You guys, and gals, and creatures out there, have fun, stay safe, and take it easy. Wow. So if you guys don't know, proper etiquette when you're out on a country road and you meet another vehicle is the wave. Like, you know, if you're waving at like your grandma, it might be more like, you know, or maybe if you're waving, you know, I don't know. But what is more customary is the one finger. And, you know, you don't want to be too eager. You don't necessarily want to do the, you know, like, you know, one finger salute. It's more, you've got to be more of the, sort of the one finger in passing, you know. Kind of, you know, you could even touch the hat if you're, you know, really feeling courteous, but one finger, like, I see you and your truck that I've been watching for a mile come towards me, and I acknowledge your existence. Yep.